I just woke up, and 10 beautiful women hurriedly approached me. All of them possess exceptional martial arts skills and unmatched beauty. It turns out they are the 10 great saints of the empire. They mentioned that the dowry is not just nothing, it includes hundreds of rare treasures. They are competing for the title of the rightful wife, which will shake the entire continent. Meanwhile, I am considered worthless in the eyes of the world. This is because I accidentally activated the dream bead, which allows my dreams to become reality upon waking up. At this moment, my fiancé publicly dismissed me, and I was compelled to marry 2 outstanding leftover women in front of everyone. This action caught the attention of my fiancé, who was passing by the palace gate where the commotion was taking place. The Yunshan sect master, Yunshan, came to visit the holy daughter of Tianyu. As the 2 women argued, the great elder of the Yunshan sect secretly transmitted a message to the sect master. Upon receiving the message, Yunshan hurried over, causing everyone to disperse upon hearing his words. Yunshan sect master is known to have reached the martial venerable period, but it is unknown how strong he is compared to the 2 great saints. I took this opportunity to remind the second daughter, Miss Horse Lin, about his power. The Yunshan sect master is a true martial venerable powerhouse, and it is essential to treat him respectfully. Although the second daughter is an exceptional woman with a distinguished status, if she were to anger Yunshan, the consequences would not be pleasant. Little did I know that Yu Sha, with a smile on her face, went to Yellow Street. A triple martial venerable is no small matter. Lin Wanqing raised her eyebrows and sarcastically praised Yu Sha. She questioned why she called him Sha but referred to me as Miss Lin. Yu Sha glared at her, knowing I wouldn't agree. I laughed awkwardly, as that was not the point. The point was that the Yunshan sect master was present, and someone even stronger than Yunshan was here. I needed to find a way to deal with the 2 of them. On the other hand, Lin Wanqing smiled beautifully like blooming flowers. She was undoubtedly skilled at charming people. Yu Horse, on the contrary, was not pleased. She pouted and protested against being called Xiaoya. She wanted me to call her Xiaoya too. I felt overwhelmed by their demands and timidly called Xiaoya. Finally, Yu Sha showed a satisfied smile upon hearing it. Observing the behavior of the 2 exceptional leftover women, the thought of being a sycophant involuntarily crossed my mind. The Yunshan sect master arrived, leaving the second daughter, who hadn't seen Yunshan for 4 years, unaffected. Yunshan turned to look at the frozen great elder. His gaze was cold but not aggressive. He then focused on the matter concerning the second daughter. Yunshan, the sect master of Yunshan sect, came to meet the Lady of Tianyu. He didn't personally know the Lady of the Heavenly Lake, but based on the great elder's description in the imperial inspection message, he could make an educated guess. It was clear that one of the 2 daughters was holding the boy. I could hear Yu Sis' cold voice as she pressed her eyebrows and said, "Didn't you see me talking to my husband? Are you blind?" Surprisingly, Yunshan remained respectful and took out a ring from thin air, signaling his submission. He apologized for any offense caused by the Yunshan sect Grand Elder and offered 10,000 Chinese masters as reparation. He pleaded with the Holy Lady of Tianyu to spare his life. As soon as his words were spoken, everyone was taken aback. I received 10,000 Chinese snacks. I had never seen so many snacks in my life. The amount must have been cultivated with great effort. The Sha family's rise seems unstoppable. Initially, I thought Yunshan had come for the Sha family. I didn't expect it to be a gesture of reconciliation. Yu Sha tightly held my arm, her eyes fixed on the ring in Yunshan's hand. She coldly remarked that the object of reparation wasn't her, but something she desired. Yunshan glanced at me, surrounded by the 2 daughters. He pondered over a small matter. Why did I attract the attention of the best leftover women? But he didn't say anything further. Instead, he turned to me, saluted, and called me Gongzi. He explained that the 10,000 Chinese snacks were a temporary offering as atonement from the Yunshan sect. He humbly requested me to spare his life. I was suddenly perplexed. An unreachable powerhouse like Yunshan was now bowing respectfully before me, seeking forgiveness. Was this the privilege of being strong? For the first time, I felt a strong desire to become stronger. The Lu family and his wife were furious and filled with envy and jealousy. They were amazed that a worthless person like me could catch their mother's attention. Xiaosheng reminded Zhao Feng behind me that everything would be fine. On the other hand, my father's brow slightly furrowed. He doubted the quality of the 10,000 Chinese snacks. He knew the two leftover women wouldn't stay in our household all the time, and when they leave, there might be greed and temptation. The family could face disaster. Observing this, Yu Sha smiled and suggested that I accept the offering. She claimed that if I rejected it, I would bring happiness and peace to our lives. Considering the situation, I placed the ring from Yunshan into my hand. With these 10,000 Chinese snacks, our family could experience rapid development. Just then, Lin Wanqing's icy voice resounded. She asked about her share. Yunshan looked at Lin Wanqing suspiciously and questioned her identity. The Great Elder's message only mentioned the Lady of the Heavenly Lake, without any reference to the woman before him. Yu Sha chuckled, revealing that he was the first saint of the Gathering Resort and that their Great Elder had been frozen by him. Yunshan was shocked by this revelation and angrily glared at the frozen Great Elder. Yunshan had encountered the Holy Girl of Urgent Soldiers before, and now he turned to face Lin Wanqing. Gritting his teeth, he respectfully presented another ring, this time containing 100,000 snacks. It was meant as reparation for the remaining women of the Gathering Resort, not as an apology. Lin Wanqing calmly remarked that it was for her project. The scene repeated itself, but this time, I didn't hesitate much and accepted the ring. The guests were all stunned by the presence of 10,000 Chinese snacks and now 100,000 snacks. The Sha family had truly made an extraordinary gesture. Yunshan, online after the temporary, inquired if they could leave. Yu Sha waved her hand impatiently, telling him to stop bothering her. She was solely focused on how to conquer the floating army and didn't care about anything else. Lin Wanqing added with a cold tone, commanding them to leave. She lifted the ice seal from the Great Elder and Lu Shiyu with a wave of her hand. The two of them promptly expressed their gratitude. Yunshan didn't dare to express any dissatisfaction and turned to the now free Great Elder. In a stern voice, he instructed him to thank the two holy women for sparing his life. The Great Elder rushed over to thank the Holy Lady of the Heavenly Lake and the Ice Saint. Yu Sha and Lin Wanqing congratulated him in unison. Yunshan and the Great Elder quickly expressed their gratitude and departed. Lu Shiyu, who was unfrozen, didn't argue and instead stared at me, embraced by the two holy women, with resentment-filled eyes. He couldn't comprehend why someone like me, a waste, could receive favor from two exceptional saints. My father and I went for a divorce. If he agreed, it would only be a loss of face for our family and wouldn't affect the reputation of the Lu family. So, he made my father refuse to become a disciple of the Yunshan sect and instead worship the Great Elder of the Cloud Mountain sect as his teacher. It was a grandiose trend, attracting attention from all over the city. Firecrackers were set off to satisfy his vanity. He strategically scheduled the divorce on the day of the engagement banquet, and his wish was fulfilled. He gained envy from everyone, becoming the true heavenly girl of Xinyu City. But the humiliation it brought upon me and the Sha family didn't concern him. Unfortunately, the good times didn't last long. He dismissed me, not expecting that it would attract the attention of two exceptional women and lead to him kneeling down to apologize. He faced the consequences of frozen torture and lost face. He couldn't understand why a waste like me should be treated this way. The more love, status, and strength he acquired, the more blind he became. Light rain, let's go, Lu Mu said, noticing that Lu Shiyu had no concerns about her future. She followed her daughter's gaze and looked at me. Slightly sighing in her heart, it was too late to say anything. It would be best to leave early to avoid further loss. Lu Tianxiang also glanced at Xiao Yu and suggested leaving. They would follow the Great Elder of the Yunshan sect. With Xiao Yu's talent, entering the Yunshan sect would ensure a bright future. He urged Xiao Yu not to forget everything that happened that day. Lu Shiyu's eyes darkened, but she remained silent. With her parents' support, she got up and prepared to leave. Just then, a fiery voice resounded at the entrance of the restaurant. It was the Downwind Project. They arrived at the same time, and the temperature in the entire restaurant noticeably rose. The frost that had formed due to Lin Wanqing's presence quickly melted. The hot breath caused the other guests, who were already weak, to start sweating. The person came toward me, and I was taken aback. What was happening today? Yu Sha and Lin Wanqing frowned, indicating that they recognized the person who arrived. Another competitor for my husband's army wrapped their arm around me, their grip involuntarily tightening.